Welcome y'all to Robin on the Farm. Today I'm making a really simple no-knead multigrain bread. This is a no-fail recipe that's easy to fit into your schedule because the dough can rise for as little as an hour and a half or even overnight. This makes really great sandwich bread, and you don't even have to get out your mixer to make this. To make this multigrain bread, I'm using a 10-grain cereal. This is usually used for a hot breakfast cereal, but it works great in your breads too. You can use a 5-grain, 7-grain, 12-grain, whatever you have. But this one has rye, barley, flaxseed, millet, oats, wheat, brown rice. It's full of so many wholesome ingredients and gives your bread a really great texture. To a mixing bowl, add 1 cup of your multigrain cereal. I got this one from Azure Standard. Now it's time for the flour. You can use all-purpose flour, bread flour, or fresh milled flour. Add 3 cups or about 350 grams of flour to your mixing bowl. Now it's time to add the yeast. We want 2 teaspoons of yeast. I'm using the SAF instant yeast. You can also use the active dry yeast. Either one will work just fine in this recipe. To save time and money, I like to buy my yeast in bulk. I buy it in these 1 and 2 pound packages, and I store it in the freezer, and it stays good forever. Now it's time to add the salt. For this recipe, you want 1 teaspoon of salt. I like to use this Redmond's real salt. You can use a white iodized table salt. You can use a pink Himalayan sea salt, whatever you'd like to use for this recipe. Add your 1 teaspoon of salt right into your mixing bowl. This is such an easy recipe. Not only is it a no-knead recipe, but it only has 6 ingredients and it comes together so quickly. Now it's time to add our wet ingredients. I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of honey in this recipe, and to help it incorporate easier, I'm going to add that 1/4 cup of honey into my water. This is 1 3/4 cup of water. Now, if you plan to bake your bread the same day, use warm water, or use cool water if you're going to let it rise overnight. Give your honey and your water a good stir. You want that honey to dissolve in the water. Now, before we add our honey water to our dry ingredients, we want to give our dry ingredients a good whisk. Whisk your flour, your cereal mixture, your yeast, and your salt really well. Get it all incorporated together, and then add your honey water. I'm using a local raw honey, a 1/4 cup, but you can also substitute that for some pure maple syrup, or if you'd rather use sugar, you can use sugar instead. Now we have all 6 of our ingredients for our multigrain bread in our mixing bowl. Simply mix everything together until a shaggy dough forms and all of the flour is incorporated. You don't want any dry ingredients left at the bottom of your bowl. Just give it a good stir. There is no kneading needed for this recipe. This is what the dough or the batter for your no-knead multigrain bread should look like after you've mixed it for about a minute or 2. Now cover it with some plastic wrap so it doesn't dry out while it's rising, and you can let this rise for an hour and a half up to 12 hours. Just leave it on your countertop. It is so flexible, and that's one of the reasons I love this bread. I've let my multigrain dough rise for about 2 hours, and this is what yours should look like. Now you can tell this is a rather sticky dough. No-knead doughs tend to be like that. So I like to put a little bit of flour on my dough mat. Spread it out a bit. I do like using these dough mats instead of putting this straight on my countertop. I feel like it's way cleaner like this. Now I'm just going to turn this dough out from my mixing bowl. Once the dough is turned out onto a floured surface, I like to add a little bit more flour to the top. This is a sticky dough, and so adding a little bit more flour and then tossing it and turning it in the flour will really help it to become more manageable and easier to shape into a loaf. Adding a bit of flour or oil to your hands will also make this dough easier to work with. Now, once yours is manageable, go ahead and press it out. It's time to shape this into a loaf. I'm going to bake this bread in one of my cast iron loaf pans. Mine is an 8.5 by 4.5 inch cast iron loaf pan. You can use any loaf pan that you have. If you have a metal 9 by 5, that'll work just fine. Once you have yours rolled up into a log, just pinch those seams together, pinch the ends together, pat it out, try to smooth it out a little bit, and that is all it takes. I've oiled up my cast iron loaf pan with about a tablespoon of olive oil, just rubbed all over the sides and the bottom. I love the cast iron because it doesn't have any of those chemicals or coatings to get into our foods. Now it's time for a second rise in the loaf pan. I'm going to let this rise on my countertop for about 45 minutes. I do like to cover it up with some saran wrap just to be sure it doesn't dry out. It's been 45 minutes and you can see how well this has risen. This has risen beautifully. It's about an inch or two over the top of my loaf pan, and this is ready to go into the oven. I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. I'm gonna let this bake for 30 minutes. Would you just look at this gorgeous loaf of no-knead multigrain bread? Isn't it so pretty? And look at all that good stuff in there. I let this bread bake at 375 degrees for 30 minutes. As soon as I pull it out of the oven, I like to turn it out from the loaf pan to keep it from getting soggy. I love seeing all of the rye and the barley and the flax and the oats and the wheat and the rice bran in this bread. But to make it look even prettier, I like to brush a little bit of melted butter on top of this loaf. I've melted some salted butter in my cast iron melting pot on my stove top. And when you brush it on top, you're gonna get that beautiful shine, and it'll give you really nice, soft crust that's great for sandwich bread. I also like to cool my bread under a tea towel. This will give you really nice soft crust too. I'm gonna let this cool and then slice into it. Once my bread cooled, I put it into one of my beeswax bread bags. If you're looking for a good, healthy alternative to plastic bread bags, beeswax bread bags are the way to go. These are handmade by me and my daughters. You can find these on my website, robinonthefarm.com. Now, I also had to take a little slice just to try out this bread before I sliced into it to show you, and I love this bread. I am always so impressed by this when I make this. It is so easy to make, so little hands-on time, and what a fantastic sandwich bread you get out of this no-knead multigrain bread. Look at all of that good, wholesome ingredients inside of this bread. It has a fantastic texture. It's really one of my all-time favorites. I will leave you the printable recipe for this no-knead multigrain bread. I'll leave it in grams and in cups and spoons. You can find it on my website, robinonthefarm.com, or I'll have a link down below in the description so you can easily find it. I've shared lots of bread recipes here on YouTube. I have sourdough breads, fresh milled flour breads, easy bread machine breads, no-knead breads. So if you try some of my recipes, let me know if you like them. Thanks so much for being here with me on Robin on the Farm. I'll see y'all next time.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each knead, ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care. In Robin's kitchen, dreams come alive. Each loaf of bread a reason to strive. From sunrise to sunset, her heart's on show, working hard to make the dough. Little chickens in the coop, clucking with pride. Fresh eggs collected.